Welcome to the June edition of the Missouri School Boards Association's Board Report. We begin with a look back at the legislative session that wrapped up last month. Education issues dominated headlines and talking points throughout this year's session. MSBA's Director of Outreach, Caitlin Whaley, says that this year's session was unusual from start to finish.
The 2024 legislative session was a bit odd, I think, to kind of sum it up. We started off with a lot of bills, a historic number of bills filed, thousands of bills, and both in the education realm and just overall, it became clear semi-early on that the number of bills actually passed was going to be very few. So specific to education, you saw that narrow down to Senate Bill 727 extremely quickly, and that became almost the entire focus of all the major education groups was what was and was not in 727. And overall, just very few bills passed. I think including the budget, it was like 49 bills, which is exceptionally low when you're starting from 5,000.
Caitlin says that with the passage of Senate Bill 727, there are now more issues that school board members will need to be aware of going into the next budget year and legislative session.
And we will be continuing to put out both policy and general guidance on what 727 means in practice and practicality. A lot of what is in 727 is budget related, and so that is going to be a fight for next year, is to fight that you need to fund all of these additional mandates that we've put on school districts, the teacher salary increases, and you can't fund them at the expense of things like the foundation formula and transportation. We have to have that overall net increase in funding to keep it from being a huge local tax increase on our school districts.
And although the session is over, Caitlin says it's still important for board members and administrators to stay in touch with legislators, and also noted the outstanding outreach efforts of school board members this past session.
I'm new to MSBA, but I was absolutely floored by the outpouring of support and enthusiasm for advocating on these issues. We had so many board members and districts step up and voice their opinions and concerns, do that outreach that we were asking of them, because I know Brant will say it and I will say it and Mike will say it. Legislators want to hear from people in their districts, and it's much more meaningful from them to have a conversation with somebody that lives in their area and represents their local school districts than it is for, the MSBA advocacy team in Jefferson City. So your work was absolutely noticed. We got feedback from the governor's office that they were very impressed by the amount of outreach that they received. And so every time we conduct that outreach, we're laying groundwork that school board members are a trusted voice and a trusted advocate in public education, and we can continue to build that up as a resource going forward.
MSBA's positions on state and federal education issues are determined by the Delegate Assembly that will be meeting this coming October. If your school board has a position statement on an issue you would like to submit to the Advocacy Committee for consideration, you can do so this summer. The Advocacy Committee reviews those proposals and makes recommendations to the Delegate Assembly that determines MSBA's positions on these issues. Make your plans now to attend the 2024 MSBA Annual Conference in cooperation with the Missouri Association of School Administrators and the Missouri Association of School Business Officials. The event will once again feature some outstanding general session speakers, along with a wide variety of concurrent sessions, many presented by school leaders from districts throughout the state. Registration information for the conference will be posted on the MSBA website soon. And past and present members of local school boards can be nominated for the 2024 Paul Morris Community Service Award. The award is for those who have shown an outstanding commitment to local community service. Nominations will be accepted through June 28th, and the award will be presented at the MSBA Annual Conference. That's it for this month. Thanks for allowing us to have some time at your board meeting, and we'll see you in July for the next MSBA Board Report.